Hello, hello, hello. Looks like I am live. And I am also putting this on my YouTube channel for those who wanna watch again. But I wanted to talk today about body image, and specifically, when we are manifesting, because many of us are constantly in the process of manifesting something that we want to include in our experience, something we want to enhance about the experience that we already have. We have to think about the vibration and the frequency, right, of what we are wanting to manifest. Not only what that end result of our manifestation, whether it's we're embodying something or we're manifesting something physical, what that feels like, the essence of it, the vibration of it, the frequency, what that is, but also understanding that we have to be a vibrational match for what it is that we are wanting to call forth. And when we think about manifesting more abundance in a very generalized term, we have to think about many, many different aspects. Hey, Sarah, many, many different aspects at the same time of what that is. Okay? What is the frequency that we're holding about how we feel about our day-to-day life? What is the frequency or the vibration that we're holding about, what we think is possible for us, based on what kind of limiting beliefs or behaviors we may have that may actually be in direct opposition to what it is that we're trying to create. If we're holding the frequency of something that is creating a counter intention, it's going to be very, very hard for us to manifest what it is that we want. And so one of the aspects that I see gets ignored so often is the aspect of, what do you think about your body? What is your body image? How do you treat your body? Do you treat it with love, or do you treat it like, someone that owes you money? Do you treat it as, an afterthought? Or is it your best friend? Is it the part of you that is the filter for your experience here in this lifetime? Because that's truly what it is. When we think about manifesting, think about it this way. When you manifest something, how do you receive it? Do you receive it with your soul? No. You receive it with your body. Okay? If you're talking about a physical manifestation, whether you're embodying it or you have something, say you want to manifest a car. Who drives it? Your soul doesn't drive it. Your body drives it. Your body ultimately receives that. If you're trying to manifest the love of your life, your soulmate, your twin flame, does your soul receive that? Well, in a way. But ultimately, it's your physical body that receives that person, that soulmate, that twin flame, that perfect love into your life. If you're trying to manifest more money, does your soul receive it? What the hell is your soul going to do with $1 million? Nothing. It doesn't mean anything to your soul. You receive it with the body. So why is it that the body is one of the most largely ignored pieces of the puzzle when we think about all the aspects that need to come into play and create an even harmonic or a symmetry when we're trying to manifest more abundance in our lives? The body should be the first thing that we think about, right? And so often it's either ignored or it's treated as something very secondary, right? And here's another way we shoot ourselves in the foot. We think that, all right, well, I'll manifest the abundance or the money or whatever and all the success or the affluence that I want, and then I'll take care of my body later. Then I'll have the money to take care of my body, eat better, buy more organic food, show it the self-love that it needs, take care of my aching back or my aching legs or my fallen arches or whatever that is. No, that is completely backwards. That is putting the horse before the cart. The cart before the horse. Sorry. I have to get straight on my analogies. I just taught a very long course, and I'm a little bit still out there, but that is putting the cart before the horse. It has to be your primary interest to want to take care of the body, to show it love, just like you would have another person in your life. You could tell that other person in your life, oh, I really love you. You're great. I think you're wonderful. Yep, you sure are great. But if you don't do anything to show that person, to prove to that person that you love him, her, they don't believe it. That energy doesn't land where it needs to land. So your body is the same. Your body is a person. It is you, right? The most love that we should be sending anywhere should be to ourselves first before anyone else. And so many times that is not the case. So how are you with your body image? Do you tell your body that you love it? Do you look in the mirror and say, I love you, I love all parts of you? Or when you're in the shower, when you're getting dressed, or before you do your workout, are you just feeling so disconnected from your body because there's parts of it that you hate, that you wish weren't there? Your roots are showing. You have too much armpit hair. You have too much fat in your belly. You got too much cellulite in your ass. You've got fallen arches. You've got flat feet. You've got no stamina, no energy. Well, why do you think that is? Right? We have to love all parts of who we are, all parts of the physical body. Not only we have to tell the body that that's the case, but we have to show the body. So that means putting better food, more nutrition into the body, getting ourselves in a place where we are exercising. And I'm not talking about just exercising, going through the motions. We need to be connected to the body. When you're eating clean food, feel how good the body feels when it's receiving really clean and nutritious food. When you are exercising, feel how amazing it feels to take deep breaths into your chest and feel that endorphin rush and feel that excitement of being alive. How often are we, and you may say to me, well, Catherine, I exercise. I take care of my body. Okay. Well, how many times when you're exercising are you thinking about the body? Are you being connected with the body, with the breath, with what your body is feeling? Or are you thinking about all the million things that you need to do this week or later on when the workout is done, when you've, spent this time doing your exercise and you can make that check mark on your list and say, well, I've done that now I get to do all this other stuff. No, you're going about it wrong. When you're exercising, you should be really in the body. You should be totally connected and feeling what a great service you're doing in the body. You're showing it so much love by making sure that it's healthy, by making sure that your posture is better, by making sure you're getting that endorphin rush so you sleep better that night, right? Being connected. You receive all of the manifestations that you desire with the body. All of these things I'm talking about. Feeding it more nutritious food, drinking more purified water, exercising, taking care of the body, but being present with the body while you are exercising, while you're stretching, while you're out walking or hiking or swimming or doing whatever you do, bicycling, right? That is all showing the body how much you love it. You are raising the frequency of your body. So when you think that with that which you receive, your manifestations, the physical body, you don't receive it with anything else. And it is the only filter for your experience here in this lifetime. It's the only filter for your experience here in this lifetime. It has to be a vibrational match to what it is that you're receiving. So if you're showing the body more self-love, you're taking care of it, maybe even if that means just going and getting a mani-pedi, getting a hug from someone is a very enriching experience. When you get out of the shower, while you're standing there totally dripping wet and naked saying, I love you. I love you. Touching your body, giving yourself a hug, touching your body, touching different parts of your body and just connecting with it. Allowing your body to tell you very clearly about when something is wrong and then listening to it. That is an act of self-love also. We think so many times that we just have to keep pushing through what we're doing, all the tasks that we have. We have a litany of tasks that we have to attend to in the span of a day, a week, months, years. But we push through or we ignore the body telling us and telegraphing to us very, very clear messages through pain or through some sort of not being connected or numbness in the body that something is wrong. When we start to pay attention to that more, we're also showing the body a lot more love. And we're naturally raising the frequency of the physical body. That allows us to be more magnetic attractors, better receptors of that which we are trying to manifest, of all the abundance that's trying to reach us, but it can't because we don't love our bodies enough. So often, this is one of the last things that gets talked about, or when I, see all these create abundance courses and this, that, and get your mindset right, and that's all important and it's all good, but you can work on mindset until the cows come home. If your body isn't where it needs to be energetically to make you a perfect receiver of the abundance that is your birthright, it doesn't matter. You can work on mindset all day long, and it won't make a difference. It won't. It might help you a little bit manifest here and there, but it's going to be erratic because you'll just manifest when the body does feel good, or when you are doing something with the body that makes it feel loved and cared for and raising its frequency through that. It'll just be kind of by default rather than on purpose. But if you're taking the time every day to show the body how much you love it, how much you're caring for it, and follow that up with actually caring for it, feeding it nutritious food, purified water, regular exercise. And I'm not talking about going out and running marathons. I'm talking about stretching, connecting with the breath, connecting with the body, using the body as that vehicle to take you inward, to connect with all parts of yourself. That's what I'm talking about. The more we create that conscious connection, the more we become a magnetic attractor for the abundance that is so desperately trying to come to us. So another thing is that we have to make sure that we're grounded. It's beyond body image. It's about, yes, showing a lot of self-love and proving to the body that you love it so much and taking care of it and really, really taking care of it like the temple and the perfect vessel of energy that it is. But you also have to be grounded. When you're not grounded, you're not in your body, what I was talking about before about if you're exercising, but you're thinking about all the other things that you didn't do later on today or you got to do later on this week, and you're not with the process, you're not with the body, you're not grounded. You're not in your body. And how many times throughout the day do we get so absorbed in tasks and things that we need to do, we get absorbed by our to-do list, that we forget to just take a moment and just breathe and just connect. That also is an act of self-love through grounding our energy. If we're not grounded, we're not in the body. So whenever you are focusing on the breath, you are in the body. Whenever you are focusing on less about what's here and you feel a concentration of what's here, you know you're not in the body. If you feel a concentration of energy, so much so sometimes that we have, energy that builds up in the temples. We get migraines. We get tension headaches here behind the eyes as well. That's when you know you're carrying too much intellectual energy. You're carrying too much mental energy. You need to bring that down through the body. The best way to do that is to connect with the breath. That will ground you, but it is also a natural stress reduction technique when you connect with the breath and allow the energy to just go down through the body. We have to take care of the body. One of the messages that's been coming in more and more and more as I receive divine downloads from Source is that on our ascension process, there's an interesting paradox, because as we move further into fifth dimensional energy, the body will naturally become lighter because we are moving into more crystalline structure throughout all the cells, all the organs, all the tissues of the body. It is becoming more crystalline in structure. This means for us, as we really anchor into 5D, that food won't need to be as dense in energy as it used to be. Meaning heavy meals, they're just not going to work with our body structure anymore. It's not going to work with the crystalline structure of our cells. It'll be too much for the body to process. We're actually, as we anchor more into 5D, moving more into liquid diets. So the best way to segue into that energy is, number one, drink a lot of purified water. And I'm going to walk you through a really interesting energetic technique to purify your water even further in just a second, to really nourish the body and show it love. But we are moving into being able to need less. The body needs less fuel. It can survive on lighter meals. So it's really encouraged by Source, and the information that I've been getting is to have that kind of grazing aspect of eating foods. Like eating really heavy meals, you're even starting to notice now that just doesn't work for your body anymore. It feels too heavy. It feels too rich, too dense. It takes you forever to digest it. Think about it this way. Your body is trying to process into becoming more crystalline in structure. So the more energy it has to spend on digestion, and especially digestion of very heavy meals, the less time it has to help you move effortlessly into that process of ascension through changing the cellular structure. All of our cellular structures are changing. They need less fuel and less heavy fuel specifically. But we also need more water and more purified water. I have a reverse osmosis tap on my kitchen faucet, which really purifies my water. It tastes great. It eliminates a lot of heavy metals and minerals that are really toxic to the body. The thing about these heavy metals, if you're drinking unpurified tap water, again, it takes the body a really long time to purify and release this stuff because it's working so hard on trying to get your body to become more crystalline in structure, that if it has to purify all of those heavy metals out too, the process takes longer. It takes a lot longer. So even if you just have a Brita filter, get yourself a pitcher, or you can buy on Amazon.com. There's all kinds of water filters that will filter out a lot of lead and heavy metals in the water. And that is what's really allowing the crystalline structure to move along if we're taking in a lot more purified water as our cellular structure changes. It's really important. And when you're doing this, it's an act of self-love for the body. The body recognizes it as, hey, you really love me. You're really taking care of me. You're making sure that I get a lot of clean, fresh water to filter out a lot of the toxins, because we have a lot of environmental toxins too. And we're collapsing a lot of timelines. A lot of low-frequency emotions are being ushered out of the system very quickly because the rate of ascension is accelerating, A lot of timelines are collapsing at once. So we're filtering out a lot of things out of the emotional body, which naturally have to come through the physical body to go out. So we really need the purified water now. This will up the ante on your body image. This will help you to feel better, like you're doing something really good to the body. So this is a great way for you to start feeling better about your body image by making sure you're drinking more purified, clear water throughout the day. So here's a really fun process that you can do to purify your water even further. So I have this thing that I love. So it's made of charcoal, and then it is infused by a lot of different energy healing modalities, and then it also has some silicate in there and some essential oils. So it's a mat that I use as a coaster, and I put my water on there, and it pulls out even more toxins. But I do a little visual exercise with my water when I pour a glass of water for myself. So I'll fill my glass of water up to the top, and it'll be something that I'll sip on for a while. So what I imagine is bringing in a vortex, like a little cyclone of energy, and I imagine it as the highest vibration energy possible. And I imagine it creating a little whirlpool in the water. And I see all of the energy of lower, denser frequency energy in the water, all the heavy metals and all the toxins, the energy of that, the energetic imprint of that, being pulled down through the whirlpool and going out through that descending spiral. And then, poof, just dissolving the energy. Now, this may sound silly, but then you think all energy healing is silly. Basically, just like you would do energy healing on yourself, you're doing energy healing on your water. And I do this with every glass of water that I drink. And I feel like, and my body feels like, okay, you're really loving me. You're really loving me. You're really taking care of me. And it makes me want to just naturally progress on that path to doing bigger things. Eating more organic food when possible. I know it's expensive, but even if you add just a few more organic things into your diet, you will notice the difference. Eating less processed food. Making sure that when I do eat meat, I try to eat lighter meats, and certainly something that is not factory farmed, because again, a lot of pesticides, a lot of antibiotics, steroids that are in the meat, especially with beef and pork, they stay in your system for a lot longer. The body has to work a lot harder to get rid of it. It's another way you show self-love for the body. Increase your frequency of your body by knowing that you love it, showing your body that you love it. When you do this, and you raise the overall frequency and the vibration of your body, manifesting becomes easier. That's the greatest one of the greatest benefits. The great benefit, of course, is that you feel better in your body, because this is, again, your only vessel, your only filter for experience in this lifetime. There is no other way for you to have an experience of life other than with this body. So why wouldn't you want to show it the most love possible? Why wouldn't you really want to be the best steward of it you possibly can? Show it that you love it, even if it's little things that you can do every day. Even if it's just saying in the mirror before you get dressed in the morning, I love you. And in the mirror again before you go to bed at night, I love you. It will make way more of a difference than you think it will. It has a far greater impact than you could possibly imagine. And it helps you to manifest your abundance and doesn't create that filter so that it has to work through like, well, we have to get the body in the right frequency in order to receive, because we're manifesting all the time. We're calling in our abundance all the time. But the last blocker, the ultimate blocker for it, is your physical body. If your physical body isn't in a vibration for you to receive it, if it's not in a matching frequency, it can't come in. It literally cannot come in. There's just a block there. And you're the only one that can remove that. You're the only one. And it doesn't matter how much you work on your mindset. It doesn't matter how much you create affirmations. It doesn't matter how many times you write down what it is that you want to manifest. If your body isn't in a frequency to receive it, you won't. That's it. So I get mad when people don't talk about this. And it's the reason why it's the first thing I'm talking about in my next course, 7 Passageways to Peace. And so if this really resonates with you and you want to get more divinely downloaded guidance on why this is so important at this time, how you can take greater action steps towards increasing the level of body image that you have, maybe adding to the body image you already have, getting real action steps about how to do it and how to do this in your everyday life, and things to add that are very, just feel very easy and natural. This is the first thing that I'm talking about in 7 Passageways to Peace, body image, because it is the thing that not really many people talk about when we talk about creating and manifesting abundance, being the master builders, master creators of our experience. How many times have you heard people talking about body image? I mean, maybe you have a few times, but it is a huge factor, and it is, I think, the biggest factor, and that's why I'm talking about it first. So if this is something that you struggle with, and you want more divine downloads on this, my experience with this personally, and then to receive an energetic activation to help you create that more seamless communion with your own body, that beautiful connection with your own body, I highly recommend the 7 Passageways to Peace. And that's just one of the weeks. There's 7 weeks in total. So in 6 more weeks, we're talking about lack mentality. We're talking about where you self-sabotage. We're talking about where you have feelings of, inadequacy or self-doubt. We're talking about severing relationships that are aligned with collapsing timelines. We're talking about dealing with shadow, because your pain is a part of you. When you deny that pain is a part of you, you deny part of yourself. We have to address that. Healthy boundaries. Protecting yourself means respecting yourself. And then accessing your inner warrior. The more you access your inner warrior, you claim the peace and the balance, the sovereign power that is naturally part of your birthright as well when you activate your inner warrior. These 7 passageways to peace, when you get these 7 aspects in place, creating more peace and balance in your life, manifesting your abundance becomes a lot easier. It's something that I've learned, and these were hard-won lessons for me over the last 16 years on how to do this. So it's so important for us to put these into place. Not only does it help us to become more of who we're meant to be in this lifetime, all the abundance that is part of our birthright just naturally flows to us, but also it helps us accelerate our own individual and collective ascension process as well. So there's so much wrapped up in this course, and I really want to share it with you if it resonates with you. The early bird pricing ends this Friday, so if you want to jump on this, you can get $40 off the course right now, and the price is $159. Goes up to $199 on Friday, or Saturday, I should say. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this resonated with you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to add them here. I will be checking back on this post later, or in the YouTube post that I'll be putting up as well. So I want to wish you so much love and light on your journey to manifesting more abundance. And please don't leave this important aspect out of the equation going further. It will make such a difference when you start to include this aspect. Love and light. Bye-bye.